Good evening. Welcome to World News. I am Wisdom Onyisi. First, the headline. Okwebolo Pharisees government account reverses ministry's name. Appeal Court upholds corruption conviction of ex-Argentina's president Kirchner. Russia launches drone missile barrage on Kyiv. And on sport, Chelsea women earns Champions League win. Now the news in details. Edo State Governor Monday Okwebolo has directed the immediate freezing of all state-owned bank accounts. In a statement issued on Thursday by his Chief Press Secretary Fred Itwa, the governor stated that the account would remain frozen until further notice. He instructed commercial banks, ministries, departments, and agencies to comply with the order immediately or face severe consequences. The statement reads, all state bank accounts with commercial banks have been frozen. Commercial banks must comply with this order and ensure that not a single naira is withdrawn from government coffers until further notice. The National Security Advisor Malam Nuhu Ribadu has stated that the removal of fuel subsidy by President Bola Tinubu has ended smuggling across the country, as only a few Nigerians were benefiting from the policy. Ribadu said this in Abuja on Wednesday at the ongoing Controller General of Customs conference, adding that Nigeria was only subsidizing neighboring countries because of smuggling in the border communities. He added that the people aiding them also include the military, but now everything is in the past, as all those generals and security forces enabling fuel smugglers have been taken away and replaced by new team. The Federal Road Safety Corps on Thursday announced the deployment of 1,500 personnel to ensure a smooth conduct of Ondo State governorship elections scheduled for November 16, 2024. The Corps Marshal Shehu Mohammed approved this deployment as part of broader measures to collaborate with other security agencies in enforcing compliance with vehicular movement restrictions on Election Day. In a statement issued by the Assistant Corps Marshal and Corps Public Education Officer Olusegun Ogungbemide, the FRSC emphasized the importance of maintaining order throughout the election process. We also have you know that the National Agency for Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has raided an illegal alcoholic drink factory in Lube Azix of the FCT. The agency during the operation seized adulterated alcoholic beverages and discovered expired salt with altered expiry date. NAFDAC, during the enforcement exercise, also intensified effort to curb the circulation of substandard goods, counterfeits, and rebranded products. The Director of Investigation and Enforcement for the agency Federal Task Force, Sheba Mohammed, told newsmen that the Lube area in the FCT has become a hub for producing and distributing substandard alcoholic beverages. Away from that, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has cautioned the national development should not be seen as the sole responsibility of the government, its officials, or institution. Rather, Egbetokun said the government, the citizens, and security agencies must play their roles in pursuit of sustainable growth and development. The IG was quoted in statement by the first Public Relations Officer Olumuyiwa Adejobi as stressing that citizens must embrace their constitutional roles, particularly upholding the imperatives of integrity and patriotism and civic engagement. Now, when we return, news from other parts of Africa. Stay with us. Welcome back. Now news from other parts of Africa. Egypt's Foreign Minister Al-Bad Al-Latil arrived in the Lebanese capital, Beirut, on Wednesday for talks with the top officials. Abdelati said Cairo was working to halt Israel's brutal aggression on Lebanon as soon as possible. Israel launched a major ground and air offensive against the Lebanese group Hezbollah in late September. This followed a year of cross-border fighting between the two sides in parallel with Israel offensive against the Palestinian militant group Hamas in Gaza. Abdelati meeting with officials include Prime Minister Najib Mikati and Parliament Speaker Nahib Berri came a week after Donald Trump won the U.S. election. Away from that, the largest planetarium in the sub-Sahara Africa is set to reopen the Johannesburg early next year with a fully modernized digital dome that will illuminate the screen with expensive visuals of the solar system. Stargazers and tech lovers alike on Wednesday were treated to demonstrations of what the now renamed Wits Anglo-American Digital Dome has to offer at the Wits University Planetarium. Since its opening in 1960, the planetarium has seen tens of thousands of school children and would-be astronomers visit to experience the wonders of the solar system. Now we move to the parts of the world after this break.
This is Hillstv. Quality broadcasting is what we'll bring to you. Now we be this
Hillstv, Polka.
Welcome back. Now news from other parts of the world. Spain's eastern Valencia region braced for more torrential rain on Wednesday, 2 weeks after the country's worst flood in generations killed more than 200 people there. Other parts of Spain also on high alert evacuated thousands of residents and closed schools as another storm lashed the European nation. National Weather Agency in Spain issued the highest red alert lasting until midday on Thursday for the Valencian coast, with up to 180 millimeters of rain predicted to fall in 12 hours. Regional authorities in Valencia extended university and school closures, shut day centers and sport facilities, and restricted road travels in the worst affected municipality. To essential vehicles, officials there have warned sewage systems already clogged with mud could struggle to cope with a fresh storm. Away from that, an Argentine appeal court on Wednesday upheld the corruption conviction of ex-president Cristina Kirchner, who was sentenced to 6 years in prison and declared ineligible to hold elected office in 2022. Kirchner, who was president from 2007 to 2015, appeal court her conviction for fraudulent administration to the Supreme Court. The 71-year-old center-left politician, a highly polarizing figure in Argentina, is considered unlikely to serve jail term even if the verdict is confirmed by the country's top court. She was convicted over the awarding of public works contracts while she was president, but claims she was the target of a political witch hunt. Kirchner rose to prominence as part of a political power couple with her late husband, Nestor Kirchner, who presided her as president between 2003 and 2007. We also have you know that Russia escalated its attack on Kyiv early on Wednesday, launching waves of drones and missiles in its first combined aerial assault on the capital in more than 70 days. Authorities disclosed this. The broadside came as Washington and Seoul echoed warnings from Ukraine that North Korean troops had begun engaging in combat operations alongside Russian forces on the border between the warring countries. A security source in Kyiv meanwhile reported that Ukraine was behind the assassination of a high-ranking Russian naval officer in a car bombing on the Azov Crimean Peninsula. Ukraine Air Force said its unit had drawn 4 missiles and 37 drones launched by Russia over 8 regions of Ukraine overnight and into Wednesday morning. Up next is business. Please stay with us. Welcome back now to business news. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Gas Marketing Limited, a subsidiary of NNPCL, has executed a gas sale and purchase agreement with Dangote Petroleum Refinery and Pro-Chemical Lagos. This major milestone is in line with President Bola Tinubu's policy of utilizing Nigerians' abundant gas resources towards revamping the nation's industrial growth and kickstarting its economic prosperity. This development, which sees a huge investment of this nature pinned with zero capital expenditure outlay, has been described by many as unprecedented in the history of NGML or any gas local distribution company in the country. A statement by the NNPCL spokesperson.
Good morning, Abuja, good morning, Nigeria, and good morning to all of our listeners from across the world. This is today's edition of Talk Sports with BossFM 95.5 Abuja. I'm your host, Oluchukwu Osadlo Ohima.
At the
WNBA final has officially come to an end. New York Liberty bring home the WNBA title, the first title win for this Brooklyn-based team in 28 years. This matchup left many people at home as well as those in attendance on the edge of their seats, with exhilarating action from the very first whistle to the very last. Will it really be a sporting final without a bit of controversy? Many fans of the Minnesota Lynx are outraged at the foul call against Breonna Stewart that allowed the Liberties to have a 2-point free throw. LeBron James even took to Twitter to vent out his disagreement with the call. Either way, a congratulations goes out to both teams as they put on a stellar show. And congratulations to Jonquil Jones as she is our 2024 WNBA MVP. World Series, World Series, and World Series. This has been the talk of the town as we slide into home base. The MLB World Series is set. The LA Dodgers versus the New York Yankees. Congratulations to both these teams for qualifying, and good luck to them both as they clash for the World Series title. Zooming our way through the racetrack, the 2024 USA Grand Prix took place yesterday. The star boy and the favorite for many, Lewis Hamilton, unfortunately couldn't stick it out to the end of the race as he crashes out on lap 3. However, another fan
Welcome back now to Sport News. South African soccer chief Danny Jordan, who helped to bring the first ever FIFA World Cup tournament to Africa, has been arrested on fraud and theft charges. Jordan is accused of using about 1.3 million rounds
throughout the division. The Vikings are served their first loss as the Lions beat them 31-29. In the globe of football, Gavi of Barcelona makes his debut after a year of not being on the pitch. We wish him a healthy and successful season. In the world of cricket, Kagiso Rabada joins the select few that have taken over 300 test wickets for South Africa. The 2024 Mr. Olympia title has made its way to Nigeria. Nigerian bodybuilder Samson Dauda is our new Mr. Olympia. That's all for today. Thank you all for tuning in to your favorite radio station, BossFM 95.5 Abuja. Of course, I have been your host, Oluchuku Osadlu Rahima. Have an amazing rest of your day. Stay bossed.
Hillstv, Poker.
Welcome back. Now the rest of the news. The European Union has announced it will not renew its fishing agreement with Senegal, citing concern over the country's efforts to curb illegal fishing. The EU delegation in Senegal confirmed the decision on Tuesday, highlighting concern over monitoring and control of both Senegalese and foreign vessels, especially those operating from Dakar port. Senegal had been flagged by the EU earlier this year as non-cooperating country in the fight against illegal fishing, with European officials pointing to inadequate monitoring and surveillance system. Without a renewed agreement, European vessels will be required to exit Senegalese water when the deal expires next week, halting financial contributions to Senegal under this pact. And that's world news. But before we go, here are the headlines again. We told you that Governor Webelo freezes government account, reverses ministry's name. We brought to you that appeal court upholds corruption conviction of Argentina ex-president Kirchner. Russia launches drone missiles barrage on Kyiv. And on sport, we informed you that Chelsea women end Champions League win. Remember to visit us on Facebook at Hillstv Abuja, Instagram at Hillstv Abuja, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Hillstv. I am Wisdom Onisi. Thanks for watching.